Good morning, friends. Today I'm going to discuss about DBMS concurrency control. So in this video, I'll discuss a basic definition of concurrency control and why we have to use concurrency control and the different types of log-based protocols. Later, I'll give one example on log-based protocols. What is concurrency control? Before going to discuss about this concurrency control topic, so you just thorough with what is transaction and examples on transaction. So then only you can understand about this concurrency control. So you can check that content on my previous video, that is transaction in DBMS. Now see, so what is concurrency control? Concurrency control is the procedure in DBMS for managing simultaneous operations, so without conflicting with each another. So let's consider I have an example. So account A and account B. Suppose if you want to transfer $50 from account A to account B, so there are different types of operations, that is read A and write B. So in that cases, concurrency control is the procedure in DBMS for managing simultaneous operations without conflicting with each another. So now without conflicting, so obviously the operations are plays a important role here. So in case more than one operations, so we can manage by using concurrency control. Now DBMS concurrency control. In a multi-programming environment where multiple transactions can be executed simultaneously. So in one account, so there are more than one transactions will be executed simultaneously. So it is highly important to control the concurrency of controls. So if it is more than one transactions, so on one account, so obviously, so we have to control the concurrency of transactions. That's the reason concurrency control topic comes into the picture. So we have concurrency control protocols to ensure atomicity, isolation, and serializability of the concurrent transactions. Now, who is going to control these concurrent transactions if it is on same account holder? So obviously, so there are few concurrency control protocols. So these protocols ensures that atomicity, isolation, and serializability of the concurrent transactions. Now see, so concurrency protocol can be broadly divided into two categories. The first protocol is log-based protocol. The second protocol is timestamp-based protocol. Before going to discuss about these protocols, so I have a different types of log. So here two different types of logs. First one is shared log. Second one is exclusive log. Shared log and exclusive log. Now see, shared log. So it is also known as a read-only log. In a shared log, the data item can only read by the transaction. So now shared log. So graphical representation of shared log is capital S. So to better understanding, so I have a database table. So in that, so obviously, so we can have logs. So first one is read log, or else we can have a read and write log. So if we give the log on database table, so no another transaction is going to write that operations. At the same time, if you assign the log on database table, that is read and write operations, that is exclusive log. So now see, so it is also known as a read-only log. So in a shared log, the data item can only read by the transactions. So if it is a transaction, so only read operation can perform on a transaction. It can be shared between the transactions because when the transaction holds a log, then it can't update the data on the data item. Now see one example on shared log. So consider a case where two transactions are reading the account balance of a person. T1 transaction, example, reading operation, and T2 transaction is also reading the transaction. So on the account balance of a person, the database will let them read by placing a shared log. So if more than one transaction is reading the transaction, then you can have a read or shared log on the account. So that is database table. However, if another transaction wants to update that account's balance, shared log prevent it until the reading process is over. So we can have so another transaction may be updating that account balance. In that cases, shared log prevent it until the reading process is over. Now exclusive log. So in the exclusive log, the data item can be both reads as well as written by the transaction. So shared log means only reads by the transaction, but exclusive log, it can be both reads as well as written by the transactions. That's the reason in the exclusive log, the data item can be both reads as well as written by the transactions. So it is denoted with the capital X. Also, graphical representation of exclusive log is capital X. This log is exclusive, and in this log, multiple transactions do not modify the same data simultaneously. Multiple transactions do not modify the same data simultaneously. So in shared log, so read operation. But if it is a exclusive log, multiple transactions do not modify the same data simultaneously. That point you have to remember. Transactions do not modify the same data simultaneously. Now, for example, when a transaction needs to update the account balance of a person, updation means changing the values, changing the data. So when a transaction needs to update the account balance of a person, you can allow this transaction by placing X log, that is exclusive log, on it. Therefore, when the second transaction wants to read or write, exclusive log prevent this operation. So this logs especially on transaction operations. So based on your requirement, so obviously so you have to use shared log and exclusive log, that is S and X. Now there are 4 types of log protocols available.